Howdy, howdy, folks. A-Train here with you for a special Sunday Funday Let's Play Highwaymen edition of Medieval Dynasty. Now available on Steam from RenderCube Games and Toplitz Productions. It is a survival RPG city builder, and if you've been a member or watched the channel for a while, you know this is a really pretty and really cool game. A-Train, it's kind of late, bruh, and it's been a while. What you doing? What are we doing here? I am busy trying to put together some content for you folks, particularly the Medieval Dynasty players, based on my map of the looting path. Now, you may remember there is a map I came up with, or a route I came up with, I should say, several months ago, and did a video on how you can start basically your first 24 hours in the valley. Do you start by just going straight to Gostovia, starting your quest with the Unigost quest line, and then making stone knives like in perpetuity and racking up a bunch of money and then going from there? Or do you run what I call the looting path? What's the looting path, A-Train? Well, let's take a look. I actually have the map right here. Nice and convenient, handy dandy for everyone to see. This is the version 5 edition from a couple of days ago. So I've made some changes to it. All right. So you're going to have to follow along because my mouse pointer, I don't think you're going to see it. I'm pointing to it on my OBS screen, but you're not going to see me pointing to it on the screen. So if you see where it says start point at the left, just up above to the left of center in white, that's where you start. What's going on here? Oh, I got to turn that on. And bear with me a second because I do not have my laptop up and running for some dumb reason. I didn't think to do that. It's been a while since I've done this streaming thing, so pardon me. All right, so start point, right? That's where you start, and that's where you can run up the path to the north to Gostovia, where the little blue marker is, and it says Gostovia underneath it, right? This shows you everything you'll find along this path, okay? It also shows you where the threats are. The area's in red, and you can kind of see the particular animal that's highlighted, like the first one there where it says 03 Carton Creek. The line goes across a red sector, and there's a Wizant, Tatanka, buffalo, bison, whatever, in that area, okay? And then just below that, you'll see the area that I commonly refer to as Wolf Ridge, right? So there's some stuff there to look at. All right. So if you start at point 1, there should be a cart, right? When you launch into the game and turn to your left, you may well see a cart like 10 meters away. You run over that cart. There's a flat straw hat. There's a copper sickle, and there's a package, which typically has 3 to 5, sometimes 2 to 5 rye plants in it, which is super great, except it's kind of useless to start with. So what in the heck is this doing here? Connect to the internet. Why are we not connected to the internet on my laptop? All right, well, I may not be getting chat, so if you guys are doing stuff in chat, bear with me. I'll get back to you. Okay. So then you run to the southeast and up on the little rise, and there may be a package and a wooden shovel. There's loot there. In the package, there's usually anywhere between 120 and 200 coins and 2 or 3 iron ore. And then don't even bother with the wooden shovel, all right? Because you're just going to wind up having to drop it somewhere. It's just weight, unnecessary weight. So then you follow the path down, you take a left right before you see the Tatanka at the intersection. You cut down to the creek, you get to spot 3 where the cart is. Then you kind of run south up over the ridge, south-southeast, and you look for the abandoned camp. Now, when I put this video together, I'm going to literally walk you through this map as I run the course and then show you pictures of what to expect to find at each of these different locations. All right. So what I'm doing right now is trying to assemble this information for you. I need 2 more pictures. Actually, now I only need 1 more picture. And this is really kind of cool because yesterday I did this and I came across something that was very interesting. And that was bandits at spot 15, which if you look, there's 3 purple spots on the map. Those are active bandit camps, as opposed to the green or red, which are abandoned camps. Green are abandoned camps, red are abandoned camps with wolves in the area. All right. So you have a direct threat from wolves. You need to be armed and prepared to address that threat before searching those campsites. All right. So on this run through, here's what's happened. I started at the start point, turned and looked. The cart was not there at 1. I immediately ran down south up on the rise. There was the loot at spot 2. Grabbed the coins, grabbed the iron ore, and took off and headed down the path. Okay. Then we cut over to the cart in the stream at 3. It was not there. Went up over the ridge to the abandoned camp at 4. It was not there. Then I started grabbing some sticks and stones. Now I just needed to grab sticks because when I got to spot 5, there is a pile of stones and a wooden shovel next to it. And under the stones, if you are standing next to it looking east-ish, okay, the right of the top 2 stones, you pick that up, and underneath will be a coin purse with 300 coins in it. Cha-ching! All right, that's most of your large pouch that you need to increase your carry weight, okay? So you definitely want to pick that up. So then if you pick up 1 more stone, you got 10 sticks, 2 stones. Guess what that makes? A stone axe. Now you have a weapon. So go ahead and hit the Q key, craft that, put that in slot 1 in your inventory. Unless you have found weapons at the abandoned camp at spot 4, in which this case I did not. So then we're going to head up over the saddle. What's a saddle, A-Train? It's a topographical feature where when you stand in it, the ground slopes down to your front and rear and up to your sides. So it kind of looks like a saddle. Imagine that. So you run down to the cart where we would find at number 6, no cart. No bandit camp at 7, which you can see from spot 3. It's critical that when you get to spot 3 where the road and the creek are real close together and there should be a crash cart in the creek, it's only there maybe 60% of the time. You look to the east for this bandit camp. You do not want to get caught unawares. All right. So you can either avoid it or you can arm yourself, and it's only 2 guys. All right. And it's free stuff. Free stuff is what we're all about. That's the whole point of the looting path, is to get as much free stuff that you can sell and set yourself up for success from the get-go. Right. All right. So there was no bandit camp at 7. We went up to 8. There was no cart in the creek. Up to 9, that's the where the creek goes through the tunnel, and there's the pickaxe, the bronze pickaxe, and 3 iron ore. It was there. So now we have upgraded our weapons from a 30-point damage stone axe to a 45-point damage bronze pickaxe. All right? So make sure you swap your weapons and be prepared that's now your primary weapon. All right? Then we headed over to the little green dot, heading towards 10. That green dot is where there's a cluster of broadleaf plantains. Now, there's broadleaf plantains all over the map. Why do I identify these clusters? Because there tends to be about 20 of them in a very small area. That's why I call it a cluster. So you should stop at that cluster, grab, there may be upwards of 22 or 3. Plus there's a couple of daisies and there's dandelions. Dandelions better than daisies. Why is that, A-Train? Because, okay, broadleaf plantains are your basic healing herb of the game. And then daisies and dandelions. A broadleaf plantain, if you eat it, will be +2 to your health. A daisy, if you eat it, will be +2 to your health and a reduction in your water consumption for 40 seconds. It's only like 15%, so it's really kind of useless. A dandelion, on the other hand, is +3 health and a 15% reduction in stamina consumption for the next 40 seconds. So if you need to run somewhere, you want to have some dandelions in your pocket. Eat one, take off and run, because you'll get to run a little bit further before you have to slow down and walk for a minute. Now, something critical that I've learned here is, if you've noticed, or you're new to the game, you may not have noticed this. On your green stamina bar, which is at the bottom left of the screen, you'll see it here in a minute. when you're going into stamina recovery mode, so you slow down to a walk, it takes a second. And then it starts going up, right? If you start running again, it stops and it starts going down, right? But then it stops when you stop and drop back to walking. And then again, it takes it a second or two before it starts going up again. What I'm saying is, if you're going to burn through your stamina down to the point where you're down to like 10%, you're huffing and puffing, because that's what it does in the game, right? Let your stamina fully recharge. Don't start running again until it does, because that's just going to slow the process down. Unless it's an emergency situation and you have to, let it fully recharge and then take off running again. It'll recharge quicker that way. All right. So broadleaf plantains. Then you kind of walk towards this little ridge where there's a point in the creek and you can see the camp at 10. Either the camp's there or it's not. If it's not there, gather those broadleaf plantains and then head back over towards the path at the bridge. And then just past the bridge in the creek, you may find 3 sacks. This is something that caught me off guard the other day. I don't know how I missed it as long as I did. But they look like rocks. I ignored them. I actually would run over and go across the bridge. Didn't even think to look to my left. There's 3 sacks. Well, what's in the sacks, A-Train? Seeds. Seeds are very valuable early on to you because you have to buy them otherwise, right? And once you plant seeds, you're going to get an ROI, return on investment. Usually you get double the seeds back of what you put in the ground. One of the sacks has 7 or 8 beetroot seeds. One of them has some oat seeds, and then one of them has rye or cabbage seeds, maybe 3 cabbage seeds. It's not much. All right, one of them has a grain, one has beetroot, and then the other has cabbage, okay? So it's a way to get your beetroot crop started in spring of year 1 without you buying anything, all right? Beetroots are something you don't need to be growing early on, but if you get the seeds for free, you know how I've advocated this across Facebook and in other places, talked about here ad nauseum. You want to build your fields early on 10 by 6. Why? Because you can manage those in about half a day's work. And you only need 60 fertilizer or 60 seeds. That's not going to kill you from a cost perspective. Everybody seems to want to think, oh yeah, let me just make a 16 by 16 size field, the biggest you can make, and blah, 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 blah. Great. Good luck buying all the fertilizer for that early game. Okay? You have to fertilize this. Not only that, is if you plant something in the spring, like flax, because that's what you should plant in the spring of year 1. And then in the summer, you harvest the flax, which is going to get you a bunch of money. Then you got to re-fertilize the field and plant it with something else. Cabbage being the only thing you can plant in summer. Well, let's go plant cabbage. But now we got to fertilize the field again first. So if you're smart, you gathered a whole bunch of unripe berries and you let them lay on the ground to turn to rot. In which case you're going to need 600 of them just for a 10 by 6 plot because it takes 10 rot to make 1 fertilizer in the barn at the workbench. Am I losing you? Am I getting too far off scope creep here? Maybe I am. Anyway, if you find seeds or you find tree saplings, early game, don't sell them. Keep them, plant them. So if you go to start your village, put you a 10 by 6 field, get enough fertilizer to fertilize it, plant it with flax. You're going to support yourself with enough food. It's going to be easy enough. All right. Your diet doesn't have to be great. You don't get judged on your diet. Okay. So do what you need to do there. And then you can, oh, here we go. Got my internet's up and working. Hooray. But I'm not signed in, of course. So anyway, so keep those seeds and then make a second field. And then based on how many seeds you have, just get enough fertilizer to fertilize enough to plant those seeds. Like beetroot you plant in the spring, but you don't harvest till fall. All right. But then you're going to get more beetroot seeds, and then you'll have the beetroot. You can eat those or sell them, whatever you want to do. Make soup because you need beetroot and meat to make soup, but you're not going to have very much, so it's not going to matter. You might as well just eat it or sell it. Okay. But you'll have more beetroot seeds for the next spring to plant, is the point of the exercise. And then it becomes a geometric or an exponential growth thing. So say you plant 8 seeds in year 1. In the fall, maybe you harvest and you get 16 seeds, right? So then year 2, you plant 16, and in the fall you harvest and you got 32 seeds. Okay? So then we do it one more time, and now we've got a field of 60. Boom, we're set. Because you're going to get enough to plant that field, and then you can start selling the excess seeds. Okay? And then the big critical takeaway from this whole thing is tree saplings. If you get tree saplings, keep them because they're very expensive early game. They're 200 to 300 coins a piece. And they'll give you a return on investment almost immediately from a food perspective. Okay? Let's see. All right. So we're working our way through the looting path here. We've hit point 11. Then we're going to get back on the path and head down looking for 12. 12 is a crashed cart by the tree right before the next bridge on the path. Now, keep an eye out for wolves in this area because as you'll see over here at Camp 13, which is a 2-tier camp up on the hillside, those wolves can range down to the path areas. So just keep an eye out for the wolves. And then you want to kind of go up along the west side of the creek and see if the camp is there. But watch out for piggies to your right. So you'll have piggies on your right, wolves to your left, and you'll be stuck in the middle with a stone axe if you're unlucky. That's going to be all you got. You don't want to have just that. Okay. So if you've been in the chat, I apologize. I am just now getting this up and running so I can see it. If you haven't said hello in the chat yet, why not? So, just give me a second. Howdy, howdy, folks. There we are. Cool. All right, sweet. So anyway, all right. So I found sacks at, no, there were no sacks at 11. We found the pickaxe at 9, nothing at 10, nothing at 11, nothing at 12. There was a camp at site 13. All right. Why is this critical? Weapons. What are the key weapons there? There's an iron axe in the upper section of the camp. So you'll see a lower tent or 2, and then there's a couple of upper tents. And once you've done this once and seen the layout, you'll see basically if you approach in from the southwest, so you have to cross the creek and run through the camp. If there's a wolf in the way, you're going to have to engage it and kill it. Hopefully you don't have a boar behind you trying to kill you. Take the boar out first. Go heal if necessary. Come back and then start working the wolf. If at this point you do not have a ranged weapon, I recommend you go down, chop down trees, eat your lunch just like your old papa, and in doing so, create you a couple of or 3 wooden spears. They don't do much, but it gives you a ranged weapon, and if you can just knock off 15 points of your target, that'll just make it a little easier when it's time to hack it with your either stone axe or hopefully something better. If you get the bronze pickaxe, okay? The objective at Camp 13, the 2-level camp, there is an iron axe in the upper section. There's also a large wicker basket. Those are the 2 things of value in the upper section. The lower section, there's a fire pit and a tent under the tree. To the left of the tent, there will be 3 iron arrows that are on the ground. That's not an issue straight away. There will be 2 leather in the tent under the lean-to. Okay, it's not really a tent; it's a lean-to. To the right of the tent, on the ground, kind of around at the bush, on the kind of the back corner of it, there will be 3 bronze spears. Now you have a 50-point weapon. Okay. So grab those and then check the sack. There's a big sack next to it. This sack can make or break your game. Now you've got an iron axe and 3 bronze spears, which are very heavy, by the way. They're like 2 kilos each. So you're going to be pushing your weight limit, especially if you got lucky and got the camp at 4 or the camp at 10. And maybe you got 1, 2, I mean, you could have several things at this point. If you have the bronze pickaxe, you're only got that 35 kilos of weight encumbrance that you can handle. So you've got the iron axe, which is like 3.5 kilos. Then you're going to be picking up 3 bronze spears, which is another 3 kilos. You got 10 kilos. That's a 30-year weight limit right there. And really less when you take into account everything else. All right. In that sack, there may be fur. There may be leather. There may be, if you're really lucky, bottles of mead. You know what? I got my notebook here. Let me see if I can. Oh, here's my notebook. Hang on. My handy dandy notebook here. All right. Let's see here. What am I looking for? Ah, here we are. In the camp, I found 2 bronze knives before, a mead, 4 fur. The 2 leather are under the lean-to. That was on run 10. Run 9, 2 leather. Okay, so iron axe, 3 bronze spears, large wicker basket, 2 leather. That's all out visible. 1 fur and 4 dried meat. So that one was a little on the weak side. Here we go. Run 8, the 2-tiered camp. Iron axe, 3 bronze spears, large wicker basket, 7 dried meat, and 4 fur. Where? Oh, here it is. Let's look at runs. Several runs in a row, I got this. All right. In case I didn't tell you this, this is the research level I've been going to. I did 10 runs of this. Now, actually, since then, I've probably done another 15 because I'm trying to get a picture of the guys in the camp and at the Highwaymen, right? Which is the whole point of this episode that I haven't even gotten to yet because I'm flapping my gums. And so I'm going to have to put a thing in the notes to say, hey, if you want to get to the meat of the thing, jump forward to this time set. So on run 6, here's what all I got at this camp. Are you ready? Take notes. I did. Iron axe out in the open. So 3, I don't know why I don't have 3 iron or bronze spears written down. Large wicker basket. There's 4 firewood. Don't bother with the firewood. Oh, I had to kill 2 wolves on this one. 2 leather. Okay, whatever. There was 2 dried meat. You know what was in the sack? An iron crossbow and 3 bolts. Day 1, not even lunchtime yet, and you've got the premier range weapon of the game. That's why you should run this path. So in 10 runs, let me just check this real quick. There's run 2. All right, let's start run 1. Run 1 had the camp. So I come out of that camp with, let's just, the critical stuff. You come out with an iron axe and 3 bronze spears. Now I wind up selling those when I get to Gustovia, but because then I'm going into stone knife mode and all I want to do is rack up money. And those 3 bronze spears sell for, I wrote that down somewhere. Where did I write it down? I wrote it down, right? 495 coins. That's 500 coins right there, gang. You need about 1,000 coins to buy your simple large backpack and your, oh, you know, I've got this written down too. Hang on. 960 coins is what you want to go to Denica or Branica and see one of the ladies in the sewing huts. And that gets you your large pouch and your simple large backpack. So 495 coins for those 3 bronze spears is most of the backpack. And remember, you need that large pouch and simple large backpack to up your carrying capacity from 35 kilograms to 65 kilograms. The only way to up it from there is putting points into the mule skill, which comes down the road. Okay? All right. So run 1, we had the camp. Run 2, we did not have the camp. Run 3, no camp. Run 4, oh, run 4 was terrible. No camp. Run 5 had the camp. Run 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 had the camp. So about 75% of the time, camp 13 is there. You just have to be prepared to take on the wolves and possibly deal with the threat from them being backed up by boar. Okay? So that's why this is critical. You're going to wind up getting 2,000 to 3,000 coins out of the first day easy by running the looting path and having a good find. If you find the stuff in Camp 4, the abandoned camp, and in Camp 13, and may even get lucky and find the stuff in Camp 18, whew, you're going to have to make 2 trips. You're going to have to drop stuff, and then you're going to have to go with the Gustovia, sell a bunch of it, go back, pick it up, bring it back, and then boom. Tons of stuff there. All right, so that's Camp 13. Then we go down to Camp 14. Actually, not Camp 14. Camp 14 is the clay pit. And you may see a shovel standing straight up. That's a bronze shovel. You want to take that. You'll find a copper shovel at 12. A bronze... Oh, you may find an iron shovel at 10. This could be Shovel City, because you've already got wood shovels at 2 and at 5. You might find a iron shovel at 10. It's to the right of the camp, standing vertical next to a bush. So just look for something that doesn't look like it belongs there. All right. At 12, you can get a copper shovel. And at 14, you can get a bronze shovel. So this is Shovel City, if you're lucky. Shovel City, we've got shovels to shovel your stuff. All right. So from Camp 14, we are going to proceed towards where I have 15 on the map. So we're not going to go on the path. We're going to make a straight run to the north-northeast. All right. And the triple waterfall is going to be to our left. So if we get up here to spot 15, as we're coming out of 14, the opening screen is what you may see. So I'm going to pop back to this. Now, this is what you'll see. Do you see the threat? How far are we into the video here? All right, 27 minutes. That's great. All right. That's why I'm also recording this, so I can edit it down. Do you see the threat? Do you see what I see? Look real close. Center of the picture. It's not very big. All right. So let's kick into the game now, because I have the bronze axe and I have actually no, I have an iron axe and I have bronze spears. I'm weaponized at this point. The problem is the threat. They have something I don't. So let's jump in now to the gameplay. Here's where we are on the map. All right, hooray. Now I can now I actually focus on playing the game. All right. So I'm going to zoom in. So the clay pits are right here. All right. The camp I was talking about is right up here. There was the cart here. Then you come up the creek. Camp here. That's where I picked up the iron axe. And then I've got the bronze spears. And in the sack, you might have an iron crossbow and bolts. Oof. It's a good day if you find that. Back down to the path. Along the way, maybe grab some dandelions and a few broadleaf plantains along here. Clay pits right here. The clay pit actually spans both sides of the path. There's deer to the right over here. Okay, let me actually kick over here. All right, so there's deer over in this area here. All right, so you find that bronze shovel. Then you just keep heading this direction. Here's where I stand. Here's the triple waterfall. Here's where you'll find the camp and the cart. There's also a camp over here potentially. This is the camp you really want, because that has a recurve bow and 5 iron arrows plus a bronze axe. If the cart's there, you wind up with an iron knife and noble boots and a bottle of Malvasia, which sells for 500 coins, and mead and other stuff. You want the camp and the cart to be here. So you get all that stuff. All right. Also, over here on the second island, there may be a trunk with a wooden shovel next to it. In that trunk will be upwards of a couple hundred coins and a potion of temperature or night vision or something like that. All right. So now, enough foo-fooing around. Let's take a quick look at what we've got. We got a bronze knife on board. We got bronze pickaxe. See bronze spears here? We're going to put those in the slot 3. We have now upgraded our weapons capacity. 50 damage. All right. We have an iron knife or an iron axe. It does 45. The bronze spear, though, is something we can throw. That's a ranged weapon. You can use it in hand-to-hand combat, but it's preferably a ranged weapon. Here's what I know. If we run into these highwaymen, and if you see what I see, that's what I'm looking at right there, boys and girls. That's a cart. It's right in the middle of the path. It's not supposed to be there. The fact that it's there is a big red flag. The trunk is over there. The clay pit is right back over the other side of those trees right there. All right? And the other, so that's where we came from. Now we're looking here. The triple waterfall is right there to our left. If you see this cart, you need to know what to look for. What to look for is behind this bush set and trees right here, and then over here. If I move just a little bit, I'm going to try to see if we can see what's out here. Aha! See that right there above that little circle? That's a knucklehead. Hey, settle down. I don't need you complicating things. See that right there? That's a knucklehead. See how we couldn't see him over here? He's behind the tree and the shrub. If you went running up to that cart, guess what's going to happen? Yo ass going to get shot. How do you know this, A-Train? Because I've done this once or twice. Why do you think I'm making a video for you people? All right? 2 of the 3 guys typically have wooden crossbows. We have a bronze spear. What does that mean? We could engage one target from range and probably take it down, but we're going to have to close that distance. Now, there's typically 3 thugs over here. 2 to the left, 1 to the right. So here's what we're going to do. I want to familiarize you with the map. There are boar up on this ridge. There are wolves down here. And then there's a camp kind of on the edge of the 2. You can work that area. You can work around this area because we're looking right here. You can work around this area and get down here without disturbing these guys. Everything has a detection range in this game. See that? There's another knucklehead right there behind the tree. Okay? We got 3 knuckleheads. 2 of the 3 are going to have wooden crossbows. Knucklehead number 3 is right there. One of them is going to be, see him? As we move around, now you can see him clearly. The rain is gone. Knucklehead 1, 2, 3. This guy and one of these 2 guys has a wooden crossbow. They will jack your style. Use the trees to your advantage. But what we want to do is try not to disturb them for now. So we're going to back See them? See how they've left a cart in the road and it's a trap. Okay? What time is it? All right, I'm not worried about the time. This is all about you guys learning. We're going to skirt along here and say hello to Foxy. See how they're still? They haven't detected us, which is a little goofy, but that's not my problem. The camp is here. Hooray. This is kind of good. Now we're going to make sure the boar aren't around. We did just get notifications of stuff in the area. So let's go to the map. Remember what I said? There's a boar spawn here and there's a wolf spawn here? Did you think I was telling you a story? No. Here's the camp. What's at the camp, A-Train? Well, first thing is a bag of coins. Second, abandoned supplies with more coins. So we're 100 coins richer. And oat beer. See that thing that says 230 at the right? Here's the problem. Now we're encumbered. There's a wolf. That's a bronze shovel. Okay? From a weapon standpoint, that does us no good. The basket's too heavy. Don't bother with that. Don't bother with this stupid, simple torch. Okay? What we can do, come here to abandoned supplies. Cherry tree seedling. See the price? $150. You don't want to sell these. I mean, if you do, you can. But now we're 5 kilos heavy. Look at our bottom left. See, there's the green bar. That's our stamina. Red bar is our health, right? Then there's yellow and the blue. So we're a little dry. but we're hungry. Guess what weighs something? I'll say it correctly. Food, meat. F, 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 F. We just knocked off over a kilo of weight. Do we have something we can drop? Yeah, the wooden spears. You know what? X, E, F. That just got us underweight because we have bronze spears, right? See how much they weigh? That's 6 kilos. So those wolves are over there. What else is there to grab here, A-Train? Well, while we're here, there's 3 bronze bolts right here. Hello, 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 hello. Okay. Otherwise, there's a stupid pair of boots or something right here. You can see them. I think they're noble boots, but you can't get them. I don't know why. It sucks. But I threw it on the bug report. Also, there's a water skin. That's swell. In the basket, there's rot. Now, you could take this and run it over. This is going to put us overweight just slightly. So we're going to take this because it's worth money, though. All right? So now we've effectively rated this camp. Well, we didn't get the shovel. Let's grab the shovel. Come here. All right, now we're really kind of overweight. But we are going to avoid the wolves to our right. There's a badger. If you see the badgers, you're kind of in the clear. The foxes, you're kind of in the clear. The bad guy's right over here. He's to our, see the at the top, the west, and then the exclamation point, that's the way to Gustovia because you're supposed to go talk to Unigost, right? So we're going to skirt around the bad guys. The camp, their cart is up there. It's up there. Yeah, I know. I need water. Whatever. All right. So now we are encumbered, which kind of sucks because we can't. Oh, hello. Walk into a tree. We're going to fix our encumbrance, and I'm hoping we're going to see a camp down here. We do not. Oh, this sucks. Okay. Let's unencumber ourselves, and we're going to get busy. We do not need the pickaxe. We do not need the shovel. And we do not need the basket. Let's put those down. Now, we could use some water, and there's no cart. This is where you should find the hunting camp and the cart. Okay? All right. So now, what's the plan, A-Train? That's a fine question you ask, and I'm going to tell you what the plan is. There's a deer in the water. We are going to plan an assault here. Okay? Let's grab any broadleaf plantains we see because we're probably going to need them unless we get real lucky. This is a small cluster. It's not a big one. That's why it's not on the map. There's only like 5 or 6. Okay? But hey, that's 12 points of healing, right? Every one of these is 2 points of healing. All right, good show. Now, so those knuckleheads, we have now skirted around them. So there's 2 ways we could do this. All right, see the first one there? He's behind the tree. The other 2 are over here on our right now. We're going to try to separate them. Hello. We're going to try to separate them. Don't get close so that they frickin' see you. Also, keep trees between you and them. What we want to do is take out a shooter, which is going to be this guy, and we want to draw the melee guy in so that we can take him out. Ah, I just jacked him up. Hear him shooting at us? He's loading up. Now see, yeah, see they're shooting and hitting the tree. So we're going to back up. Come on, dude. Come on. Come on. He's dead. Now, the camp's behind us. Watch out for boar. They're still shooting at us. What we want to do is disengage them. See how they're back to standing still? We have disengaged. We have moved out of their engagement range. They can't see us. We're doing John Cena on them right now. You can't see me. Okay? We've got trees between us and them. And hey, what's up, bud? How you doing? Are you looking? Oh, hey, you know what? I'll take that knife. What you got on you? You got some stuff. All right, give me that. That ain't worth a lot. Oh, cheese, grommet, and some onions. All right. Now we've taken the melee guy out. Let's go in and let's heal. We're gonna burn the daisy first. We could burn the dandelion, but we only need to do 18 points, so that's only 9. Okay, now that solves that. So we got 2 shooters. We know we've hit this guy with a spear. Okay, so we got a couple of options here. The other guy is on the far side of the camp. We could try to hit him with another spear, which should kill him. I mean, I'm surprised he's not bleeding out. Oh, there he goes. He's dead. Ha! Shoot me. Thank you. How'd that work out for you? Now, we don't have any spears. Shoot. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Patience. Listen. Come on. Batter tree. See him right there? See him? Watch this. How'd that work for you, dummy? And that's how you do that. Any questions? That's my bronze spear. That's now my new wooden crossbow. Thank you very much. What's up, Snapperhead? How's your head? Snap ahead. Take some coins. We're going to leave the cudgel. We're going to be overweight. We'll take the wooden bolts. And he ain't going to bandit no more. All right. Bloody hell. Let's go over here. There's one of our bronze spears. Oh, stuck in your ass. Now, see, he's got wooden bolts, too. And cheese, grommet. And some money. And, oh, look, he dropped his crossbow. Isn't that sad? Oh, look, we got a bronze spear sticking right through him. That's cool. Sucker. How's that feel? Huh? Oops. That is how you do that, boys and girls. Oh, by the way, there's supplies here. What do we got? Hey, flour. Not interesting. Gonna sell it. Rye. Okay. There's 4 of them. You could take those into a barn, thresh them on the floor. Then you have rye grain, and you could plant that and start your rye fields. Okay. And rye beer. 240 each. That's almost, well, actually, I think they'll only sell for 120, but still, that's 240 coins you didn't have. All right. That is how you notice and then successfully engage the threat of the Highwaymen on day 1 here in the valley in Medieval Dynasty. So we're going to run back the direction we started. It's over here. Again, what you're looking for is that cart right there. There's a cart. If there's a cart in the road, there's 2 dudes over here. There's 1 dude over here. And if you are coming, if you're going this route later in the game, it's a little trickier because see how your cart, if you stick to the path, you're coming around this curve, and then it's like, oh, I'm running. Oh crap! Next thing you know, pshoo, pshoo, dude's chasing you, and 2 guys are shooting at you. So you need to be cautious coming up the hill if you're coming from Gostovia. All right. And you're running up the hill here, minding your own business. You kind of need to swing out a little bit and look for this cart. Otherwise, you should be prepared to take immediate evasive action, get a tree between you and them, engage the thug who comes out to beat on you. All right. And then you're going to take on the shooters. One at a time. If you can close the distance, use the trees for cover. I mean, if we go over here, we're going to see we should see let's see. Did I go to this tree, or which tree did I go to? Because we know he hit trees. Anyway, you can go pull the wooden bolts out of the trees, or they may be laying on the ground, all right? But also there was the other dude over there, you know, and they were shooting that direction too. We don't need them because we've got plenty of them. I mean, so in theory, we could slap that. Let's get the little bit better one. Put oh no, slot 3, 38 wooden bolts. Put that there. They don't do a ton of damage, but I mean, you have a ranged weapon now. All right, and you can use this until you know you don't need it anymore, or until you upgrade to an iron crossbow and iron bolts. So then we can resume the looting path. Okay, so now we've taken care of the threat here. We know there's no camper cart here. We know that there's a camp here. We picked up most of that stuff. We did leave some stuff on the path. It's not going to go anywhere, so you can come back and get it whenever. We want to come over here and check for a cart, and then we're going to continue up this direction and work our way into Gustovia. Now I farted around long enough that it's 8:30, and chances are it'll take us 2 hours of game time to get into Gustovia. May not be anybody awake who's a vendor that we can sell to tonight. Just drop all your crap on the ground somewhere. Typically I go right here outside Gustovia where the road forks. There's a little dirt area in between the two paths. It's a good area to drop your stuff, and you can organize it, and then in the morning you just pick it up, carry it in, and sell it to Dobro Nega, whatever her name is, in the tavern, or you can sell it to excuse me, Sobamir up here at the cow pen, Adelina in the kitchen, or what's his name? The guy working in the barn. There's 4 vendors, and then sometimes there's a like a jewelry vendor dude too. You may find him in the tavern or sitting around the campfire, which is right here. All right, so you'll find 4 to 5 vendors in Gustovia that you can go sell this stuff to, and you will come out of the first day with a couple of thousand coins. We're just going to look for, and it's not there. See that dirt pile right there? There should be a trunk and a wooden shovel there. There's not. That's okay. All right. And then you continue your way down the looting path. All right. Where you go from here, A-Train? Well, we've already checked that camp. We've already checked down here. There's only a few more spots. So let me actually kick back over to the looting path map. All right. So we've cleared spot 15, 16, 17, 18. We just got to run down the hill here. So let's do that. Why not? All right. We'll do that. I'll do that just for you guys because I'm a nice guy. I like y'all. I appreciate you being here, and I hope you are enjoying the show and learning something. And will give us a like, share with your friends, let them know about the channel. All right. So our pile of schmutz is here. Okay. And this is expensive stuff. So we're definitely want to come back for that. But we're encumbered. We don't want to get slowed down that much. You know what? Yeah. And the reason why I could take it, but it's not going to matter because this is just a demonstration for you guys. This is the other indicated area with broadleaf plantain. See the cluster? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Now, so we're going to cover the back end here. We're looking right down here. Later on, there could be a camp over here, but this is a threat zone right here. There could be a camp there. I don't anticipate there will be. you'll typically see a fire pit going. This dirt area is where a camp will spawn day one. All right. That's why I've said on that map, okay, there are 3 purple locations where you can see spawns, and sometimes you'll see 2. There are bad guys on the map from the get-go. I didn't think they appeared until chapter 5. I was wrong. Now, if you're standing here looking the direction I'm looking, which is north, see that rock? Sometimes there will be a pile of crap in the water right here. It's baskets and stuff and 2 planks. Excuse me. In the baskets will be 1 tin bar and 4 tin ore. It's going to be a little bit tricky to carry all this stuff because the stuff gets heavy, right? The tin bar is 1 kilo. The ore is a kilo each. So that's 5 kilos plus the 2 planks. All right. So now we're cruising down here, and here's a crash cart. Now, what are we looking at here? Bronze axe. That's a good find. And the planks we're going to leave for now because they're heavy. This bundle here, no gadi. Nothing. Okay. This bundle underneath has some cabbage. Oh, in this case, it's 3, which is actually more than typical. Typical, it's 1. All right. So now we're back on the path. Gostovia is that way. See right here on next to the creek, there are 2 sacks. Rye grain, which we already have some rye, right? We just got to go beat it, so to speak. And 7 poppy seed. That's a pretty standard number. 7 is pretty much what you get. Now we're encumbered. We're going to kick over this way. Why are we going to the water, A-Train? First off, there's more stuff there. That's abandoned or a lost shipment, which typically is just a couple of hops, so it kind of sucks. There's a fish spot right here. But if you hit this button, it takes up your inventory. See our dirtiness, our stinkiness, we're at 24%. So it helps if we just go get in the water and get wet. And you'll see the fish right here. See them? They're going to take off on us. All right. We're going to come out here into the middle of the water, and then we're going to duck down and get our head beneath the water. And that hopefully gets us cleaned up. Yep, there we go. So now we're just going to walk. And when you're encumbered, if you push W to go forward and shift to run and then push left or right, you'll sidestep. You're strafing in other game terms, and you'll move faster. There's 3 hops, F-E-F, boom. All right. Next thing, we're going up the beach. I'm just going to do this. Oh, no, we don't have to do that. Hold on. 3. Thank you. Shall we? I think we shall. Oh, man, I missed it. Ha! That figures. A blockhead. Now, we could actually... we have bronze bolts. That does 60 damage, as opposed to wooden bolts, which only do 35. I forgot we picked up those bronze bolts. That will just about kill anyone. You put a bronze bolt through someone's face, they're going to die. All right? But we don't need this. So we're going to jog along the beach here. If you don't see the barrels by now, there will be 2 barrels. 6 flour between them and a plank. Come back and get that later. There's pike right there-ish. Yeah, see the water moving right there? There's pike. Okay? So you can fish right here. And here's Gostovia. And if you see we strafe, we move faster. I can actually lower my weight if I eat something real quick. So you want to eat the meat. Boom. That guy's down below 40 kilos, which means we can move faster now. Once you're over 5 over your weight limit, you'll start to slow down pretty significantly. And then once you're about 10 over, then you're in trouble. If you get a chance to gather dandelion, gather dandelion. Again, it does more for you than daisies do. All right, so now this is going to be good. We're going to get some a chance to sell some stuff. Now here's stupid butthole Unigost. Hey, Unigost. So we're going to trigger up his thing, and I'm going to zip through it. You can read it on your own time. Now we've got ourselves to where we could go and start building. Okay. Now, if you look, see how there's a thing at the top that says, see the bag? That's the sales guy. Okay. I don't know why he's still here. This is Sobomir.
Be welcome. Only the best products.
All right, so we're going to sell our crap. We got 720 coins. Pay attention. There will be a quiz. F, bronze axe. Don't need it. We got an iron axe. F. Bronze bolts we're going to hold on to. Bronze knife, 3 bronze spears. Don't need it. We have a ranged weapon. Gone. 574 coins. Down to 738. We're going to hold the food. We're going to keep the tree seedlings. Feather. Don't need. Flour. Don't need. FEF. Fur. Don't need. FEF. Hops. Don't need. FEF. Iron arrows we could hold. That's your discretion. If you want to get a like a recurve bow or a long bow, you want iron arrows, it's 3 of them. It's not going to cost much to get them. And they don't weigh anything. You got to have 100 arrows for it to weigh 1 kilo. All right, so I'm not worried about 0.03. We're keeping the axe. Sell the iron ore, that's 5 kilos. FEF. All right. Leather, we don't need. FEF. Mead, big money. F. Oat beer, big money. 3 of them. 345. We're down to 120 he's got. Rye beer. And he's out of money.
Goodbye.
Yep, see you, dude. All right, let's run. I think Adelina's still in here. I don't know why. She's not. Okay, so see, we're looking at the top. That's Kinga. Oh, Kinga's here. Okay. Aha, this is a good sign too. Hang on. We're going to run over here because what's her name is still in the bar. Typically, they've gone to bed by now. It's 9:45.
Be welcome, stranger.
This is Unigost's wife.
Goods in the valley.
And she's got 2,200 coins. All right, we can sell the rest of our crap to her. All right. So we're going to keep all that. We're going to sell the rye beer. F. The salted meat, no, we'll hold on to. Simple torch, yeah, we'll keep that for now. Sell the steak. Sell the stone axe. Sell the stone knife. Keep the water skin. The wooden bolts we'll keep. We'll sell the crappy wooden crossbow. So, where do we stand? And that's it. That's all we need to sell at this point. All right. Where do we stand at the end of day 1? Now, see, now we've triggered her. She's actually going to go to bed. So watch what happens here. If we try to talk to her again, she doesn't want to talk to us right now. So what would you do? See at the top of the map there, see the bag? That means there's a gem dealer. Sibora. She'll talk to us. She sells fancy stuff. Hey, old friend.
Never disappoint.
She sells this stuff that you give your wife. Do not flirt and give this stuff to chicks before they're your wife. Just flirt with them. Just romance them. And learn the questions to ask the 4 different categories of personalities. Okay? The snob always wants to talk about herself. The romantic always wants to talk about love. The busy bee always wants to talk about work. And the free spirit always wants to talk about drinking and sex. Okay? So those are the things, those are the direction you want to go with the questions. All right? So you don't need to waste money on this stuff. You'll find some of it. Otherwise, though, it's a waste. You just do the flirting thing. It'll build your diplomacy skills, and it'll get the women up to 100%, and then they'll want to marry you. You don't want to do that right away. All right? So if we need to sell anything else, she's here.
Have a good day.
Now, there's 2 chicks here. Let's just take a quick look. And we're going to hold the Alt key down. Jadwiga is a 2-1-2-1-2-1. No, we don't want her. Radomira is straight 2s and a 3. If we needed someone for production, she'd be okay. All right? Otherwise, what we want to do at this point, because there is a dealer in town, is run back over and gather all the crap we didn't get, bring it back, sell it, which is going to be a bunch of coins because there's a bronze pickaxe and a bronze shovel and a wicker basket. And then we're going to go into skill building mode. You know what? We still even haven't finished the path yet. There's the cart spawn up there, and then there's a trunk spawn over there. So you guys stick around, and you can watch that video on the looting path, and you'll see me take you through that. But this video specifically, the whole point of the exercise was to get you to recognize the threat situation related to the Highwaymen. And that goes for any point in the game. Any season, those guys could be there. You need to know what to look for and how to react. Now, if it's later and you've got you a crossbow like I do now, all right, you can just plink those guys off from range, headshot, boom, boom, boom. They're done. You're done. Move along, right? Take their stuff, loot their bodies, get paid, all that good stuff. All right, we'll come back and get that stuff in a minute. We want to prioritize what we want, and that's our money objects. Oh, also, here's another little cluster of plantain. Boom, boom. There's like 8 or 10 of them. This is a little cluster. It's not, it's like 10. Again, I only marked on the map the clusters where there's like 20 or more. So it gets a little creepy. This is why you have weapons. Oh, also, my brightness is up at 125% so you guys can see, which makes it easier for me to see. But because I'm doing this for y'all in part, that's why I have it brighter. All right, bronze pickaxe, bronze shovel. There's nothing else we need up there. You know what? We can go back to the second campsite over here, and we can grab a couple of more things. Is the body still over here somewhere? The body usually despawns at a certain point. All right. Now it's creepy time. Oh, I already got this basket. We can take the wood spears. We already got this stuff, right? We don't need the rod. Oh, we left the basket up at the first location. Simple torch, abandoned supplies. We cleared that out. We don't need the firewood. Don't ever bother with firewood. Don't ever bother with rot. Okay? It'll just weigh you down. I'm not going to go back and get the basket. It'll be there for the remainder of this season and maybe even part of next. So we're going to exfil back to the path to the west. That means exfiltrate, which means get out. All right. Come down this way. It's almost midnight at the end of day 1 here. Which means we're going to be a little behind on our production, but we're already at 2,300 coins, which means we have enough to go buy simple large backpack, large pouch, iron crossbow, a bunch of bolts. We have an iron axe. All right. You see what I'm saying? We've made some moolah. Now we want to go craft a bunch of stuff, like 70 or 80 stone knives, because that will unlock a bunch of stuff for us. Let me take that down because it's annoying. Craft a bunch of stone knives and sell them because that will be additional money. You craft them 10 at a time, so that takes 50 sticks and 20 stones. Will make you 10 stone knives. Okay. And in doing so, that plank. All right, now we've cleared this out. Okay. In doing so, you will then be able to sell the 10 knives for 200 coins. 20 coins per stone knife. Okay. As long as it's in pristine condition. Now, we're going to go ahead and finish running the route here because we got 2 stops left on the looting path. So Gustovia's right up here. We're going to take a left. We're going to go up the path here. Again, I'm going to let my stamina fully recharge. I'll duck over here, grab a dandelion, grab another dandelion, maybe another dandelion. I don't want to grab stones. I'll grab dandelions. Okay. And later, when you get the herbalist hut, you'll be gathering these because they make healing potions. All right. So now we're back at full power. We're up the hill. There's a couple of broadleaf plantains, and there's dandelions and stuff all over these hillsides. So you can grab whatever you want. And it's going to build up your survival skills. And you want to get to athlete. You want to unlock athlete as soon as possible. because then that reduces your stamina consumption. Okay, there should be a crash cart right here. It will have a package with 2 to 4 cherries in it, and then there will be 3 potions. One of those will be a potion of sobriety. Keep it. Why you keep it, A-Train? Because that is used during the Unigost quest. Now, you could buy it, but then you got to go somewhere where they sell potions to buy it. So, when you're on the Unigost quest and you get to the point when they tell you you have to go to Hornica, when Knucklehead way up over yonder says you got to go to Hornica and find this chick, you're going to need that potion of sobriety, okay? Because you got to sober her up and then get her to help you, all right? I don't want to give too much away. That just, trust me. There's like a potion of night vision, no, potion of temperature and potion of strength. Sell those. All right, now, over there, see those trees? We're looking west-northwest. So there's west, there's northwest. That makes that west-northwest. Okay? We're going to run over towards these trees. Gustovia's to our right. Start point's up to our left. That's a little ways away, but... All right, so there's a cluster of trees here with spruce trees. 2 spruce trees. Okay? That's a maple tree. It's got leaves. That's a maple tree. If it's got, branches with needles, that's a spruce tree. 2 spruce trees. Next cluster. There's 1 spruce tree. Then there's 2 spruce trees. Look what we found. Dun, 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 a chest. 210 coins. F-E-F. Boom. And a potion of strength. Boom. We'll take that. And we'll take this wooden shovel. Boom. Now that's the end of the looting path. We are now in a very good position. We're going to head down into Gustovia. We know the chick's sitting at the fire pit. Also, grab yourself like 5 St. John's warts. Each one will restore 20%, or I should say undo 20% poisoning. So if you wind up doing something getting poisoned, like eating rotten food or something, that'll restore your health. Okay? All right. So this is how we wrap up the looting path. Chicky Poo is over here. We're going to sell our stuff that we just got.
Hail, friend.
Hail,
Whatever you
friend.
need, I've got it.
All right, we're going to sell the bronze pickaxe. Boom. Bronze shovel. Boom. We could sell some of the cheese. We got a lot of cheese. It's kind of cheesy. This is another 100. Let's sell that because that's kind of lower percentage. This is higher percentage. So we'll hold on to that. Large wicker basket. Don't sell for much. Planks don't sell for much. F-E-F. Potion of strength sells for 20. Okay. Wooden bolts. Oh, I sell the wooden shovel. Wooden spears. Not much, but every bit counts. So now all we've got is food, broadleaf plantains, some bronze bolts, iron arrows. We could sell those or keep them, whichever way you want to go. If you want to go straight to a crossbow, then you don't need the iron arrows, right? More food. If the food's, 50% or less, you don't need it. You could sell it, whatever. Oh, we got 2 simple torches. Well, let's sell the crappy one. Boom. St. John's wort. We got a water skin. Get you 1 good water skin. Keep that on you. Fill it up. And that way, if you just get in a situation where you're low on water, there's creeks all over the place. But, that way you've got it. And then sometimes there's quests that you do for people, and they need a water skin. So just give them the water skin. Boom. Problem solved. Quest over. Boom. Get your reward and go from there. And then once you start collecting leather and you have like the workshop, you can make them or something like that. All right. Or maybe you make them in the sewing hut. Wood bolts, wooden crossbow. Doesn't have much life left on it, but it is a ranged weapon and it will work for a period of time. Got it? Oh, look. We have 3,000 coins. 3,000 coins, people. Day 1.
Goodbye.
See ya. Day 1. Day 2. 2 o'clock in the morning. What do you do now? You go right over here where I told you on this crossroads. Right here. See how we weigh 14 kilos? That's too much. The arrows don't weigh anything. The axe does. Drop it. Move over just a little bit. Go back in. The food doesn't weigh enough to be an issue. Okay. The torch weighs half a kilo, but that's not a big deal. Drop the crossbow. Boom. Now, We're down to 10 kilos, which means we got 25 kilos to spare. Why is that significant? Because we want to collect 20 stones and 50 sticks. Well, each stone weighs 1 kilo, which means that's 20 kilos. Each stick weighs 1/10 of a kilo, which means it takes 10 sticks to weigh a kilo, which means 50 sticks weighs 5. Do you see where I'm going with the math here? 20 stones, 50 sticks equals 25 kilos, which puts us right at our weight limit. Then you craft 10 stone knives, all right? And in doing so, each stone knife only weighs half a kilo. So you collect the crap, you make the knives, you bring them over here, you drop them. Then you go find some more stones over here, or down there, whatever. Okay, go get a bunch of stones, all right? Get a bunch of sticks, craft stone knives, bring them back over here. Pick up the stack of stone knives, put them all together, drop them again. Then you got 20. Lather, rinse, repeat until you get like 50 of them. That's 1,000 coins. Then you got 4,000 coins, all right? You are cooking with gas at that point. Bring them in the morning. Well, you don't even have to bring them in the morning. Just bring them in and sell them home chick. Because then, okay, I'm going to show you where we're at. Skill-wise, survival, we've already got a point. You put your first point in survival knowledge. We're 159 out of 250. You want to see how quick we can make that go up? Watch this. 50 sticks, 20 stones. We're going to do some housekeeping around here. Housekeeping, 20. You can grab the dandelions too while you're standing there. You might as well grab them. All right. 28, 33, boom, boom. Little stuff. Steak. Grab some daisies. The second kick, 48. All right, we need 50. Boom, good enough. Now, we need 20 stones. All right, this is going to be a little trickier. Maybe easier to do it down the down low side. Now here on the water's edge. And this is why, tree cutting, we don't care about that. This is why you want to, first off, I'm going to show you what you want to unlock. Second, why you turn your foliage to low so you can see this stuff. All right, there's 8. We need 12 more. Go over here and they're everywhere. Boom, boom. And in about 2 seconds, we're going to get a ding, 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 ding. Look at this. 1, 1, 1. You get points towards survival as you pick up crap. All right. Like I said. All right, so now we're going to jump into this. Skills. Okay? Once you unlock a tier 1, it unlocks tier 2. You got to unlock a tier 2 to unlock a tier 3. Unlock a tier 3 to unlock a tier 4. This is what you want. Athlete. Pardon me. Because it's 10% slower stamina consumption during movement. That's the first point. The second point is 20% less. The third point, I think it's 30% less. Also, you want solid as a rock. That's less damage received. 10, 20, then 30. Strong as an oak. 10% more health, then 20, then 30. It'll get you up to 130 hit points. Okay? You do not want insensitive. No one cares about temperature. You get winter clothes for that. We have 3,000 coins. And you're going to find stuff around the map. Iron liver is poison resistance. That's why I have St. John's wort for. Don't eat stuff that's poison. Survival sense is where we're going to put a point next. Now, this is tier 2. We could put it in strong as an oak. But survival sense helps you see sticks, stones, mushrooms, feathers, and herbs in Spectre mode. So we're going to put a point there, and we've got 2 points to spend. Your first tier, you only get 1 point. The second one you unlock, you get 2 points. So now we got an option. We could put in one back here, survival knowledge, which takes us to 10% more experience gained. Or if we want to push to get to athlete, we want to put it in survivalist, which is 10% slower loss of food and water. Headstrong is alcohol resistance. Who cares? Don't drink. Water dancer is faster water movement. Stay out of the water. You see, you're picking up what I'm putting down here? Let's put this in survivalist. Our objective is to unlock athlete. Because then we can move further faster. All right. The next thing we're going to be looking at is technology. Because we are gathering stuff, we have 48 survival technology points. We're about to unlock the hunting lodge. How many stones do we have? 14. We need 6 more. We'll unlock the hunting lodge here by the time we get this done. And we're going to keep grabbing dandelions too. And broadleaf plantain. Watch. Hunting lodge. Gimme. Alright, there's 19. Give me my hunting lodge. We're encumbered. We have 20 stones. So now we're going to hit Q. Boom. We're over here. 50 sticks. 20 stones. R. E to max it out. F. Ooh. There's a thunderstorm that's popped up over top of me. How about that? Now, we just crafted 10 stone knives. Wait for it. No? Nothing. Okay, cool. So let's jog back up here. Notice it's getting kind of brighter. It starts getting bright like at 3 a.m. All right? So we're going to come up here just for sake of weight. We're going to drop these stone knives. Okay? X, E, F. And I double-clicked on it because it equipped one of them. I don't want to equip one of them. Unlock my hunting lodge. Hello? There we are. Okay, hunting lodge is unlocked. Here's the other thing. That's in technology. That's right here. So now we got schemes. So when we build the hunting lodge, we can actually make bows and stone arrows. Plus we can make wood campfires. If you need to cook stuff before you build your house, you need a wooden campfire. Okay? The other thing is we've started crafting, which is production technology. All right? So watch this. Where are we at? That's 50 sticks, 20 stones. I saw another. Oh, now what you can do though, now that we've unlocked that the vision thing, is you push the Alt button, which is your inspector mode, and you see stuff on the ground. Which makes it a lot easier if you make the mistake of leaving foliage on full. Plus, you know, maybe your machine isn't quite up to speed, and so it helps, I think, you know, just to turn the foliage down. All right. Chicory we don't really need. Here comes a rabbit. Wascally wabbit. He needs to run away because I don't want to mess with him. 25, 28. Back up. Being like the forestry service here. We're cleaning up the woods. There's 43. There should be 2. Oh, no, got 3 out of that. There's 49 and 52. All right. So now, stone time. Okay. So we push the Alt key on the keyboard of a computer. 13, 14. Nope, I don't want that. 15, 16. Remember, everything you grab off the ground is going to help your skill. 18, 19, 20. All right, you're carrying too much. Q. Watch this. R, E, F. Make 10 more stone knives, and now stuff starts unlocking for us. Sweet. Production just went up. Hooray. So now, we go to skills. We go to production. Crafting knowledge. We're going to put a point into that. This means we get more experience. Gain from using workshop and smithy workstations. All right? Whereas you get more from the sewing station and cooking station here. So you don't get more points for handcrafting stuff. You don't get more experience for it, but that's how you get your points here. Okay? In technology, we just unlocked the workshop. Now it doesn't take much to get to the kitchen, and then it doesn't take much to get to the smithy. That's why you need to do this. See? Now we're going to run over here. grab the stone knives. Now we got 20 of them. Go back in our inventory. It equipped one. So we're just going to double click so it restacks them. X, E, F. Boom. All right. Lather, rinse, repeat. That's 400 coins. And the more stuff you sell, the more diplomacy points you get.
Hail, friend.
Hey.
My wares never disappoint.
So we're going to take some money from her. F, F, E, F. Boom. Just got another 400. We're almost 3,500
soon.
coins. Day 2. Okay? So are you picking up what I'm putting down here? This is how you set yourself up for success. Is you do these things. In the first 24 hours, you run the looting path. Then you sell all the stuff. And then, because look, it's 0510 on day 2. Okay? We have 3,500 coins. Now we could go ahead and head to Denica. That's the easier path, I think. You just follow along the coastline here. And then you'll look for loot spawn here, possible crash cart here. This one here, if the cart's here, just ignore it because it's only going to have like 4 wheat plants. And who cares? You may get like 7 coins from here. There may be something across the bridge here. There may be stuff along the river edge here. There may be a couple of barrels here. And if the barrels are here, typically one of them has tree saplings. Get those and hold them. Watch out for bad guy camp here or here. So just stay at this bridge. Get back across the bridge. There might be a crash cart here. Get that stuff. On this little point right here, there might be a fishing spear and a linen shirt, I think. And there may be a couple other things. Okay? Continue along the path. There may be a woodcutter's position here, which should give you an axe. Hopefully it's not a stone axe or screwed, but whatever. And you may get some stuff out of there. And then you want to continue along the path. There's a rare chance you might see a bandit spawn over here in the trees or over here. You come up the path here towards Denica over here. There may be a abandoned camp in the woods up here. Follow the path. There may be a crash cart along it. There will be boar over here, but there's also a fence line. And as long as you stay on the path, the boar shouldn't bother you. All right. There may be some logs to gather right here. Follow along. Hopefully you're not going to run into the reinforced camp here, which has like log spikes and some bad guys. I mean, now you've got a crossbow, right? Day 1, you've got a crossbow. You are hostile. All right? Make sure you grab that stuff before you take off down this path, though. Get in the Denica, and over here, there's going to be the fire pit, and to the west of the fire pit, the building where the sewing lady hangs out. Go get your simple large backpack and your leather large pouch. And boom, you're set. Now, if you want to go further from there, let me just give you a couple of pointers. Wolves up here. Wolves up here. So if you go this way and cut across, it's possible that there could be a camp with bad guys over here. Most likely not, but possible. Come over, there might be some carts along the path. There might be an abandoned camp up here on the hillside. You want to go to Lesnica. When you go into Lesnica, you want to go see the dude in this building. I think it's right here. I think it's Jan. And Jan will have all your weapons. So go buy you an iron crossbow and 100 bolts or 50 bolts, whatever. Or get you a recurve bow and some iron arrows. Whatever you want. Because you got the money to do it. All right? Exfil your way back out. And then you're starting to, try to figure out where you want to build your village. I would go ahead, though, and look at making anywhere between 50 and 100 stone knives, because then that will unlock for you. First off, you'll get your 4th skill point in survival, and then you can put that in athlete, unless you want to put it in something else, whatever. You'll get more production points, and you'll get 2 on the next one. In which case you could put one in handyman. Okay. That allows you to insulate buildings. And builder, which improves the durability of your hammers. So those are good. And then you want to unlock Herbalist Hut. Will take a little time, but what won't take a lot of time is kitchen one and smithy. And once you unlock the smithy, look at all the stuff you can make there. Wooden bolts for your crossbow, copper bolts for your crossbow. Kind of nice. You can make copper hammers and axes and arrows, right? You start making copper tools. Well, how are you going to make copper tools, A-Train? Well, you're going to go to a cave and you're going to dig stuff up. That's how. But the point is, you'll be able to start doing these things. In the kitchen, then you can start making stuff. In the kitchen, early on, there is one recipe you want. This is it. Pottage. Pottage consists of, I think, 3 meat, 2 cabbage, and 1 wooden bowl. And then that will, you make one of those, and they sell for like 30 or 50 coins, something like that. 30 coins, 50 coins? I don't know. Management. Food items. Pottage is very high on this list. 26. Oh, you got to have some stored for it to show you what the value is. Okay. But that's what you want to unlock is pottage. Because it's easy to get meat and it's easy to get cabbage. Okay. All right. That is how to do your first 24 hours. But the key is now we've had some fun and we've gone and killed some bandits. So now you know how to engage and kill the bandits at the spot we're going to call 15, excuse me. Bandit spawn 15. That's the purple one in the middle on the right. I'm still trying to get a daylight picture of spot 7, so I'll be running this again. But that one can be tricky because there, unless you find weapons at the abandoned camp at 4, you're going to be engaging these guys with a stone axe at best. Which you can do. They don't have ranged weapons. They're just hand-to-hand guys. So don't be afraid of them. It's at spot 15 and spot 19. Spot 15, you have 2 shooters, wooden crossbows. They will kill you. And spot 19, there will be 1 shooter. And I don't remember if he has a standard bow. I think he does. But there are usually he'll have 2 melee buddies with him. Maybe 3. You want to draw them back up the hillside out of range of the shooter and then find their limit and then engage them one at a time. Okay? Very simple. That's how you handle it. All right? So hopefully you'll learn something. Oh, I don't want the gameplay thing. I want this. And yeah, this is a picture I took from the previous playthrough I did. Because I got a bow with iron arrows and I put one in this dude's face. Took him out. Boom. Done. All right? But that's important to know where that thread is of the Highwaymen on the road over by the triple waterfall. Hope you learned something from this. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks for being here. Please give us a like, share with your friends, and let them know about the channel. Let them know about Medieval Dynasty, now available on Steam from Render Cube Games and Toplets Productions. Go get you some of that. Awesome game, really. You're going to put a lot of time into it. I have. Really enjoy it. Also, make sure to subscribe and turn on that bell icon so you know when we go live or upload a video. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being part of the show. If you're catching this later, please put a comment in or a smiley face or something. Let us know that you watched. And that'll help in the engagement on YouTube. So, I want to say thank you again. And I hope you have a great day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are on planet Earth or beyond. I'm A-Train. It's over. And I'm out.